Alexa, can you help me solve a murder?
Detective Zack, that sounds fascinating, but I think Bonesworth is a better crime-solving partner.
Today, we're here at the Computer Museum of America, and we're cracking the code on AI's role in fingerprint analysis. So plug in your power cables, update your firmware, because we're about to take a bite out of the future of forensics. I'm Detective Zack Kowalske, and today we are going to look at how AI is now evolving into the fingerprint world. Bonesworth is back at the lab holding the fort down, but today we're here at the Computer Museum of America. Fingerprint analysis has been a cornerstone of forensic science for over a century, helping solve countless mysteries with unique patterns found at crime scenes. To learn more about fingerprint analysis and science, be sure to check out this video. There or there. Hey, there's a great place for it. Recently, a study was published in Science Advances. It's challenging century-old beliefs in forensic science. Imagine everything that we thought we knew about fingerprints was turned on its head by artificial intelligence. Today, we're exploring how AI has discovered that not all fingerprints might be necessarily as unique as we believe. In their study, Unveiling Intra-person Fingerprint Similarity via Deep Contrastive Learning, Columbia engineers have developed an AI model that is causing a stir in the forensic circles. Their research shows that fingerprints from different fingers of the same person might not be as distinct as previously thought. The study is the brainchild of an ambitious team led by undergraduate Gabe Gao. Feeding pairs of fingerprints from a public database of more than 60,000 fingerprints, they feed it into a deep contrastive network. There, they've uncovered a new way to compare fingerprints, achieving a modest accuracy rate at that. It's widely held in the fingerprint community that the fingerprint patterns from different fingers of the same person are unique. These are known as intra-person fingerprints, and it means that the pattern on my right pinky is different than the pattern on my left pinky. It's this notion that the Columbia team challenged. So, what is a deep contrastive network? Well, in artificial intelligence, a deep contrastive network is a type of neural network designed for learning powerful and discriminative features by comparing pairs or groups of inputs. It operates on the principle of contrastive learning, where the model is trained to distinguish between similar or positive and dissimilar or negative pairs of data points. Imagine that you have a super smart robot that learns by playing the game Spot the Difference with pictures. In this game, the robot looks at pairs of pictures to figure out if they're the same, like two photographs of a dog, or if they're different, like a dog and a cat. The robot gets better at the game by learning to notice even the tiniest of details to tell the things apart or show them that they're the same, without having someone to look at every point of every detail. This robot is using what's called a deep contrastive network. It helps get really good at figuring out what's in pictures, whether they're similar or not, by practicing this game over and over with lots of pairs of pictures. Within the Columbia study, the AI model was comparing sets of fingerprints, with half of the comparisons being two fingers from the same person, and the other half being two fingers from different people. As the model crunched more and more data, it began identifying with greater accuracy fingerprints belonging to the same person. How accurate, you might ask? Well, when provided only one set or two fingerprints for comparison, the AI reached an accuracy of 77%. But when provided more than one pair, the accuracy rose to 88%. So what was it that the AI model had identified that allowed it to match fingerprints from the same person, something that traditional forensic science has failed to identify? Well, on closer inspection, researchers found that the AI model was examining the angles and the curvatures of the ridges close to the core of the fingerprint. Normally, fingerprint examiners are comparing unique features called minutia. That's the points where ridges split into a bifurcation or they dead end into a ridge ending, just to name a few. But not the AI. As it seems to happen with AI networks, they apply characteristics that we don't always see. And I think that's just because of the sheer amount of data that the AI models are able to examine and then remember. This discovery has far-reaching implications and really highlights one potential role of artificial intelligence within the forensic science community, of which I'm sure there are many. On a side note, I do find it interesting that the publishing of this research wasn't easy. The forensic community was initially skeptical, and this led to challenges in the study getting published. In fact, once the team verified their results, they quickly sent their findings to a forensic journal, only to receive a rejection. Columbia University noted that an anonymous expert reviewer and editor concluded that it is well known that every fingerprint is unique, and therefore it would not be possible to detect similarities even if the fingerprints came from the same person. Having been put in a very similar situation myself with my own novel research, I find the lack of open-mindedness by traditional journals disturbing. If we're to advance our understanding of different forensic science disciplines, it's imperative that we sometimes ask crazy questions and challenge the status quo. In other words, I challenge you to be an academic rebel. So Bonesworth is back in the lab, and I'm sure at this point he's probably considering how to replace me with an AI host. If you found today's research highlight interesting, then let Bonesworth know by hitting that like and subscribe button, because maybe then he'll still let me keep my job. And leave us a comment, because we really do love hearing from you and ideas from y'all on future content. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Computer Museum of America. I'm Detective Zack Kowalske, Bonesworth is back in the lab, and until next time, stay curious. Step into a world where history meets the future at the Computer Museum of America in Roswell, Georgia. Discover the milestones that paved the way for the digital age, from the birth of computing to more recent developments of the world of IT. Embark on a journey through time. Marvel at one of the world's largest collections of vintage computers, experience the powers of supercomputing, and explore the wonders of computing in pop culture and design. Whether you're a tech enthusiast, a history buff, or just curious about the digital world that we all live in, the Computer Museum of America offers an unparalleled adventure into the heart of technology. So, ignite your imagination, inspire your creativity, and celebrate the achievements that have shaped our modern world. Unlock the mysteries of technology's past, present, and future with me here at the Computer Museum of America. It's a case worth solving.